Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Celtics are making some moves. Yesterday was a big day for the Celtics on the trade front. They traded Tristan Thompson for both Kris Dunn and Bruno Fernando. We're going to watch those guys today. I'm going to give you my take on the trade. And then later on in the evening, they went out and got Josh Richardson too. So you can't really deny at this point that Brad Stevens is at least trying to do things out here. I feel like he's making these trades, these simple flyer type trades that Danny Ainge never would have made. Like, Brad Stevens is being a little bit more aggressive than I feel like we maybe ever saw Danny get in the recent, history, maybe last 5 years or so. So today we're going to react to the highlights of Bruno Fernando and Kris Dunn in the same video. We got a double dose for you guys today. Let's start with Fernando. He's more of the guy that, people don't really know about. Kris Dunn's the guy that I would say a lot of people think kind of fell off. Maybe Boston can be where he reinvigorates his career. But let's start with Bruno Fernando. Before we get into the highlights, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. I mean, the fact that we already put 1,000 subs in the rear view is crazy to me. Like, I was begging you guys to get us 1,000 subscribers, and all of a sudden I look back and we're almost near 1,100. So shout out to you guys. You're the real MVPs. Make sure to like this video and comment down below what you think of the trade as well. And I'll be sure to give you my full take on the trade at the end of this video. All right, let's see what Bruno's got for us. He was big. I remember watching him in college at Maryland, and I was like, oh, this guy's like a beast, NBA-ready body. He has not really played for the Hawks 2 seasons now, barely plays, anything like that. But we're going to see what he's got, because I think he's got some potential, to be honest, because he's big. Oh, he just obliterated Kelly. Oh, Kelly wanted none of this. Oh, I feel bad for Kelly there. Again, I'm not going to act like this guy is, going to really be a force for them or anything like that, because he isn't. He's not ready yet. But, I'd be lying if I said I didn't like the fact that he's big, strong, athletic, kind of like a bruiser. So, hey. Yeah, I'm watching too. He's not really playing. He's playing with a lot of garbage guys, like all of these clips so far. Woo! There's one. There's one. Let's play that one back. There's one. I love the hammer here, right on Levine. Right as I say, he's playing with garbage guys. He's playing with starters. So the vibe I'm getting right now, and again, I haven't seen this kid since college. That was 2 or 3 years ago for him. I think he runs the floor really, really well. If I'm looking for one immediate sort of positive to pull out of Bruno Fernando, he runs the floor really well. And again, these are highlights. I get it. You guys don't need to tell me in the comments, oh, these are highlights, Evan. Obviously, they're going to look good. No kidding. I don't want to watch his lowlights. He does have that hammer power there. Look at this. Like, no one's getting in front of that. No one is getting in front of that if they're sane. Maybe I was wrong. I think he's playing with a lot of starters here, so I don't know. I feel like I didn't see much of him. Definitely not towards the end of the year when the Hawks were actually good, but I'm seeing some minutes where he's playing with legit guys. So, ooh, that I have a feeling this was not an intentional bank. That just doesn't look like a shot someone would try and bank. Pick and roll here. Ooh, he's got some highlights. Just a big body, strong, big shoulders. I think he's like 6'9", 6'10", 6'8" to 6'10". I'll give him that range. I should probably know that, but honestly, we're just jumping on here reacting. I think he plays a little bit bigger than that. If he's 6'9", I think he plays bigger. Like, look at that block. I like it. I like the potential. No one's saying this is going to be, the next Celtics big man. They got a lot of bigs right now. I know they traded Tristan Thompson, but they got a lot of bigs. All right, so Bruno Fernando, yeah, I like the body. I like that he's young. I think that there's a good chance that he could develop and become some sort of a role player. I'm not going to make any guarantees. Like, I think that he was sort of the throw-in in this deal. And in fact, even though you might be low on Tristan Thompson, I think that Tristan Thompson may have still been the most NBA caliber player in this trade. So I'll expand on that a little bit more at the end of the video. Let's jump into Kris Dunn's highlights, who, again, Bruno Fernando's sort of like the nobody in this deal. No one really knows who he is. You might remember him at Maryland in college, so on and so forth. Kris Dunn was the name that, you know, a lot of people remember. A lot of people still knew the name. He went to school in Providence, local to Boston here. I'm not going to give him any sort of bust status, but he was a top 5 pick in his draft. And I just don't know if he's really lived up to that yet. But hey, that's why I like this flyer. I called this trade a flyer type trade that Danny would never make, that Brad did. And that's what we're looking at here. Kris Dunn could have the potential. So let's jump into his highlights. I hope we see some defensive highlights because I know that he is a good defender. But yeah, let's see what Kris did. I think we're opening up with a defensive highlight, just like I wanted. See, I like that, you know, they got a guy that, you know, can play the guard position, defend, all that, but then they also got a big man in the deal. It was a 2-for-1 type deal for the Celtics. It's a good trade in my opinion. I'm obviously going to give you my full take on the trade towards the end of this video, but let's watch some Kris Dunn highlights because we're already seeing 2 or 3 defensive highlights. That was something this team, let's go. Another defensive highlight here. I think we're like 75% defense to offense. The one thing about him that he does now, he gives that sort of edge the Celtics seem like they were missing. The defensive attitude, the defensive presence, he brings that, so that's going to be awesome. I think he's better than people might think. Hold the phone. How is this a Kris Dunn highlight? Because he baseball passes it? How about making a highlight tape of the dude that just jacked from half court? What? Yeah, Timmy 093 does these videos. It's awesome that he put the defensive plays in there because, to be honest, that is the extent that Kris Dunn has sort of excelled in the NBA, the defense. So guys, the trade overall, being honest, my thoughts are pretty straightforward. First and foremost, it's a trade that gives you depth. You traded 1 player and got 2 guys. Now, you didn't get 2 absolute chumps that might not play. Kris Dunn, I think, is definitely going to play for this team. Fernando, I don't know. I still think there's that log jam at the big man position, but he seems versatile enough that you might be able to plug him in play. You know, maybe if you go with a big lineup and he can move down and play the 3-4 hybrid. I don't know. I like the fact that it gives you some options. And Tristan Thompson was a guy that, you know, was eating the salary, a tradable player. Why don't we move him? Boom, they moved him. But like I said, Tristan Thompson, I still think, is the most NBA caliber, high NBA caliber player in this deal. You know, he's better than Kris Dunn. He's better than Bruno Fernando, but they're both younger than him. Maybe it pays off in the long run, but all in all, you know, the money may make sense. I get that. But to me, the depth was the move here. The Celtics lacked depth. So I like the moves that Brad Stevens is making. And even if these are flyers, I keep using that word, maybe these moves don't work out, right? Maybe Josh Richardson, which we'll cover him on another video. Maybe Josh Richardson, maybe Kris Dunn, maybe Bruno Fernando. They all stink. Maybe that will be the case. But the thing is, you never know unless you swing the bat. And Danny Ainge, I felt like, was getting to a point where he really was just taking every single pitch. Not swinging, strike 3, you're out, right? Brad Stevens is at least saying, all right, you know what, I'm going to grip it and rip it at the plate, and I appreciate that so far because it means that he's trying, he's being aggressive, and who knows, they might find lightning in a bottle. So if I were to rank it, you know, or rate it, I would say out of 10, this trade's probably like a 5.3. It's nothing earth-shattering, but it does fill a little bit of a void. The Celtics needed a bigger guard, check mark. They needed some sort of a defensive presence, another dirt dog. Kris Dunn, check mark. They get a big guy that also could contribute to that factor. And then boom, the last thing is they needed some more depth, and this was a 2-for deal, and I like it. We'll see. I feel like Brad Stevens isn't done. There's reports of going after Alonzo Ball, reports of going after Justin Anderson, trying to sign Patty Mills. Like, Brad Stevens, the gears are turning. This guy is working in the front office. I love it so far. So we'll be here on the channel to cover these trades and react to new guys' highlights and whatnot. So make sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm pretty pumped. I love the fact that, you know, we're seeing actual offseason moves, and it's been like a week of the offseason. So shout out to Brad Stevens, the GM. I know we soured on him as the coach, but I love the GM Brad so far. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, like the video, comment down below what you think of this trade, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.